Ladies and gentlemen, listen. When a man is moving slow, most people think he's not interested. They think he's unsure, confused, or just wasting time. But I'm here to tell you something different. Sometimes when a man moves slow, it's not because he doesn't care, it's because he cares too much. See, a man who is just playing games, he moves fast. He rushes in, says all the right things, makes big promises, and disappears just as quickly. But a man who is truly in love, he moves with intention. He takes his time because he understands the value of what he's building. Consistency is something a lot of people overlook because it doesn't always feel exciting in the beginning. It's not loud, it's not flashy, and it doesn't come with grand gestures every single day. But when a man is truly in love, consistency becomes his language. He doesn't just show up when it's convenient or when he feels like it. He shows up because he wants to, because you matter to him in a real and steady way. Anybody can create intensity for a short period of time. Anyone can send long messages, make you feel special, and give you all their attention for a few days or even a few weeks. But that kind of energy often fades because it's driven by emotion in the moment, not intention for the long run. A man who is serious about you doesn't rely on temporary bursts of affection. Instead, he builds a pattern you can rely on. You'll notice it in the little things, the way he checks in on you regularly, not just when he's bored, the way he keeps his word, even when it's something small, the way his behavior doesn't suddenly change without explanation. You're not left wondering where you stand because his actions answer that question for you again and again. Consistency also means stability. You don't feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster trying to figure him out. One day he's not all in, and the next day he's distant. Instead, there's a calmness in how he treats you. You start to feel secure, not because he's constantly reassuring you with words, but because his actions never contradict what he's shown you before. When a man is moving slow but remains consistent, it means he's not rushing to impress you. He's taking his time to prove himself. He understands that real connection isn't built overnight. So instead of overwhelming you in the beginning and disappearing later, he maintains a steady presence in your life. This kind of effort requires discipline and genuine interest. It shows that he's not just caught up in the excitement of something new, but that he's willing to invest in something meaningful. And over time, that consistency becomes more valuable than any intense moment because it creates trust. And trust is what real love stands on Bajis. It's one of the clearest signs that a man is genuinely in love because it shows he values you as a person, not just as a feeling or a moment. A man who is only driven by desire will try to rush things. He'll push for more time, more access, more closeness before the foundation is even built. But a man who truly cares about you thinks differently. He understands that rushing can break something that could have been meaningful. When a man respects your pace, he listens not just to what you say, but to what you're comfortable with. If you need time, he gives it without making. You feel guilty. If you set limits, he doesn't try to negotiate them down or test how serious you are. Instead, he accepts them because he understands that your comfort and trust matter more than his immediate wants. This kind of patience shows emotional maturity. It means he's not just thinking about what he can get from you, but about what the two of you are building together. He's aware that strong relationships are not forced. They are developed with care, understanding, and mutual respect. So instead of trying to speed things up, he allows things to unfold naturally. You'll notice that he doesn't pressure you into decisions you're not ready to make. Whether it's emotional vulnerability, commitment, or physical closeness, he gives you the space to come forward on your own terms. And that space doesn't come with distance, it comes with steady presence. He stays, he communicates, and he reassures you through his actions that he's not going anywhere just because you're taking your time. Respecting boundaries also means he sees you as equal. He doesn't try to dominate the situation or make everything revolve around his timeline. He understands that your feelings, your experiences, and your readiness are just as important as his. That balance creates a sense of safety, and in that safety, real love has the chance to grow. When a man moves slow in this way, it's not hesitation, it's intention. He's not afraid of losing you by waiting. He's more concerned about losing you by rushing. That mindset comes from a place of care where he's thinking long-term instead of chasing short-term satisfaction. When a man is truly in love, he doesn't just talk about feelings. He starts aligning his life in a way that reflects those feelings. Words can be easy, especially in the beginning when everything feels exciting and new. But alignment takes effort, thought, and intention. It shows that he's not just enjoying your presence in the moment, but actually considering what it means to have you in his life long term. You begin to notice that he makes room for you, not in a rushed or overwhelming way, but in a steady and thoughtful manner. He starts adjusting his schedule to spend time with you, not just when it's convenient for him, but because you've become a priority. It's not about grand sacrifices. It's about consistent choices that show you matter. He's not squeezing you into his life. He's creating space for you within it. A man who is building something real also becomes more intentional about his own direction. He starts thinking about his future differently. The decisions he makes, whether related to work, personal growth, or lifestyle, begin to reflect a bigger picture, one where you are naturally included. He may not say everything out loud, but his actions roar, reveal that he's thinking ahead. You'll also see it in how he introduces you into different parts of his world. He doesn't hide you or keep you separate from his life. Instead, he gradually allows you to become part of it. Whether that means meeting important people to him, sharing his routines, or opening up about his plans. He's not rushing to label everything, but he's not keeping you at a distance either. This kind of alignment requires sincerity. It means he's not just saying what you want to hear to keep you around. Instead, he's showing you through real-life actions that he sees you as part of something meaningful. His life starts to move in a direction that naturally includes you, not because he feels pressured, but because he wants it that way. When a man moves like this, it becomes clear that he's not just passing time or enjoying temporary connection. He's quietly building something with intention, making choices that support a future where you are not an afterthought, but an important part of the picture. Being protective of your emotional well-being without trying to control you is a powerful sign of real love because it shows a balance that not everyone understands. Some people confuse protection with possession, thinking that caring deeply gives them the right to dictate your choices or limit your freedom. But a man who is truly in love doesn't operate from insecurity. He operates from respect and awareness. You'll notice that he pays attention to how things affect you. He becomes aware of what makes you feel safe, what makes you uncomfortable, and what brings you peace. And instead of dismissing those things, he adjusts his behavior to protect that emotional space. He's not doing it to gain control, but because he genuinely wants you to feel secure around him. This kind of protection shows up in subtle ways. It's in how he speaks to you, choosing words that don't tear you down or create unnecessary doubt. It's in how he handles conflict, not trying to win at your expense, but trying to understand and resolve things in a way that doesn't damage the connection. He doesn't use your vulnerabilities against you, even when he could. Instead, he treats them with care. At the same time, he doesn't try to limit who you are. He doesn't make you feel like you have to shrink yourself to keep him comfortable. He allows you to have your independence, your opinions, your space, and your identity. That freedom is important because real love doesn't trap, it supports. He trusts you enough to let you be yourself, and that trust becomes a foundation for something deeper. You'll also see that he stands up for you in situations where it matters, not in a controlling or aggressive way, but in a grounded and respectful manner. He doesn't stay silent when you're being disrespected, and he doesn't allow others to cross boundaries that affect you. His presence brings a sense of reassurance, not pressure. When a man protects your peace without trying to own you, it creates a space where you can truly be yourself without fear. That kind of environment allows love to grow naturally because it's built on trust, respect, and genuine care rather than control or insecurity.